A little over a week ago, we got our first bit of features for the new fall drop in the Bedrock Beta preview. And we're finally getting new uses to Copper. This is honestly really good. I really love what they did in this preview, and I'm really excited for the drop. We're getting a new Copper Golem, new Copper chests, and of course, new Copper tools and armor. However, as much as I like these new additions, I honestly still think there's a lot more they could do in following betas and snapshots that would really improve this update and make this update really good for improving copper. So these are some things that I think they should do in this update to further improve copper than they've already done. First, an improvement to copper tools and armor. Because while I know people are definitely going to use them, I feel like since iron isn't really that hard to find already, I feel like a lot of people probably are just going to skip copper gear like they skip leather armor. So to fix this, this would be a little controversial, but I think they should make iron spawn a little deeper in the world than it does, maybe at like deep slate level. This would mean that in order to mine iron, you'll have to like go into like really dangerous caves. And since they have a lot of hostile mobs in those caves, I myself have already died once in a deep slate cave already with no armor. People be encouraged to like actually mine copper and get some copper armor to protect themselves while getting iron. This will encourage people to get copper armor and maybe even copper tools, and would really improve the use of those gear, in my opinion, of that stuff. Another thing I think they should do is I think they should just completely replace iron rails with copper rails. I know some people are saying they should like add like a different type of rail with copper, but as long as it allows the minecart to move, it's gonna completely replace iron rails as a whole. And honestly, since iron already has a whole lot of features for the late game that copper doesn't have, anvils, hoppers, minecarts, of course, and a bunch of other stuff I can't even remember on the top of my head. I think it wouldn't really hurt iron that much if they replaced iron with copper for making rails. And since copper, which is a really common resource, would be the main thing for making rails, it would remove a little bit of the too expensive factor of making minecarts. Next, I'm going to talk about how they could improve the wandering trader. Because although they tried to improve the wandering trader in the spring drop by making it buy things from you and sell different things, the problem is that if you have something that they buy from you in your inventory, chances are you're going to be having it in your inventory to use it, not really to sell it, like the water bucket or the hay bale. Like, if you have a water bucket, you're most likely using it to break fall damage. You're not really going to be looking to sell it. And if you just randomly come across a water bucket and it buys it from you, you're not really going to want to like make a whole new water bucket just to buy it for like 3 emeralds. So I think the way they could improve this is by making watering traders sell things that you're more likely to just randomly have in your inventory. Like maybe certain blocks like diorite, andesite, stuff like that, that might fill up your inventory. Also, maybe they could have it sell buy rotten flesh. Because especially if you find it at night, it could be like a nice little motivation to like kill some zombies. So if you like in a cave and you kill some zombies and have rotten flesh, you could sell it to long trader, or maybe if you see it selling rotten flesh at night, you could maybe kill some zombies and then in the day trade to wandering trader your rotten flesh. That could be a nice little way to like make the wandering trader a little more useful. Maybe they could also have it so like they like trade an item for an item. No animals involved. So like maybe they could trade an item from a different biome for an item for an item from the biome you're in. Like maybe they could trade you cactus if you're in a desert. They can maybe trade you cactus. You could give them cactus in exchange for something that you wouldn't normally find in a desert. Like maybe some spare food to keep you going in the desert, or maybe something else that you wouldn't normally find in the desert. I don't know. Like maybe a certain sapling or something like that. Maybe dirt, maybe. I don't know. But I think doing some stuff like that. Also, I think they should make the wanting trader be able to sell you apart from invisibility potions they already sell. I think they should be able to sell you splash potions of weakness. This would make killing zombie villagers a little less netherlocked because currently you like have to go in Nether to be able to do this. And well, I think there isn't like a huge problem with that. I think if Long Trader allows you to like maybe do a little bit of this before you go to Nether, that could make the Long Trader a lot more useful. Also, I think they should be able to sell you maps of different structures. It wouldn't be anything like strongholds or trial chambers because well, the cartographers exist and strongholds should be guys of Ender. But maybe things like maybe a map to a village, since they've obviously been to villages. Maybe a map to a dungeon, maybe for people who want to build a mob spawner. That could be kind of cool. Or maybe a desert temple, maybe a jungle temple. I don't know. Maybe stuff like that. That could be kind of cool. I think stuff like that would make the wandering trader a lot more useful and turn it from something that people don't really trade with to something that people might actually want to use, apart from just the free leads, of course. Finally, I want to talk about how I think they can make the turtle shell more useful. Because for all the effort it takes to get one of these, it's not very good. So, all the turtle shell really does currently is it gives you one bar of armor and it allows you to breathe underwater for 10 seconds. Which, for how much effort you have to go, since you have to, breed a lot of turtles and then you have to, constantly tend to the eggs to make them grow up, then you gotta get those turtles to grow up and drop scoots in order for you to get a turtle shell, and all you get is a little bit of armor and 10 seconds of water breathing. That's really not good enough. So what I would do to improve the turtle shell is I'll make it be obtainable the same way it currently is, but I'd make it so it gives 20 seconds, maybe even 30 seconds of water breathing, and it allows you to break blocks underwater the speed you break them above water. So basically, it'll be like Aqua Affinity, like that, something like that. However, to make the to also even more useful, I'm gonna get rid of Aqua Affinity and Respiration as enchantments. They're just gonna be gone. I'm gonna get rid of them. That way, the turtle shell will be the prime item for going underwater. That way, people will really be encouraged to actually breed turtles and get the turtle shell, and people will be encouraged to use it when going underwater. Maybe I could even make it so that you could merge the turtle shell with regular helmets, so people can, instead of putting Respiration Aqua Infinity on their helmets, they can just put a turtle shell. Or they could keep them separate and just have the turtle shell be something else separately. I don't really care. But I think if they do those few things, they would turn the turtle shell from something that nobody really uses to an actually decent item that people will actually go out of their way to get. So that's the end of the video. What do you think about my opinions? If you like them, leave a like. If you didn't, dislike. Maybe subscribe. It helped me out a lot if you like the channel. Please sub. It would help me out a lot. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Anyway, that's all for the video. Peace out.